So I made the decision to charge premium very early on when I started my business, right? But I also know that you're probably thinking, is it ethical for me to charge a premium? And I want to address it in this video right now because trust me, I've seen the forums and the social media threads where people are talking about how it's not ethical to charge a premium and how people don't have money and all the other reasons, right? But here's the thing, and this is what I want to really stress to you. Okay. So when you're charging a premium, this isn't just about adding a zero to the end of your price. If you were charging 200, now you're charging 2000. This is not what this is about. And the way that I run my business is about high integrity, really solidly rooted and anchored in my values as a person. So for me, charging premium was not about a quick way to make money. It is about something much deeper. And that's how I want to address this issue of whether it's ethical or not to charge a premium. I'm going to preface this first, though, because the other day I saw a video and honest to God, it blew me away, right? Because there is this woman in the States and she is charging like as her premium package, $30,000 for naming a child. Now, I've got three kids, right? I put a lot of effort and work into naming those children, and they have beautiful names. But I gotta be honest with you, I don't think I'd spend the guts of 100 grand to name them, to give them a name that gives them a really strong legacy, because they already have that. And but the reason why I'm sharing this is not because I'm too cheap to pay 30 grand to name my child, but because I thought there's people paying for that. There's people actually out there paying for that. So this is what I want you to take from this, right? There is a lot of money in this world. There was a lot of money in circulation. Why do you think that we had such high inflation? Like, there's a lot of money in the world, and there is absolutely no reason why you should not be a beneficiary of that abundance, right? But here's the difference, and this is where we are really rooted in integrity, in morals and values, right? Because it's really important to me, is that it's not just about the zero, right? It is actually about creating something that is so valuable, right? That people are really interested in, right? Because when you value something, you will find the money. If you wanted to take your child to Lapland for Christmas and you really value that experience, you will find the money. If you want to lose 2 stone of weight because your doctors told you that your knees can't take the weight and that you're going to need knee surgery, but you can't have that surgery unless you lose the weight, and you're highly motivated and you're thinking, I want to go walking, I want to be active, then you're going to invest. Okay. So here's the thing. People will invest when they value, right? People will buy a big screen TV. People buy for all sorts of reasons. But if you're holding back and you're not charging a premium for your offer, for your transformation, then really and truly you are leaving money on the table. And please know that this is not about only catering to the rich people. Right? This is not about people who have a ton of money. This is about people who are willing to pay, right? It's not just about their ability, but they are actually willing to pay because they can see the value and they can see the benefit. So when I'm thinking about when I am charging a premium for my offers, and in my business, I'm helping you to run a profitable 20-hour week business. At the heart of everything that I'm doing is I'm showing you how you can work fewer hours, earn more money, so you can have more spacious time in your calendar, you can have more days free, you can spend your time with your children, you can go and do the gardening, the traveling, whatever it might be. I know that the work I do is going to help you build a business that allows you to profit and thrive whilst you're only working 20 hours a week or less. I know that. And I know that the work I do with my clients, whether it's in my, my group programs or my one-on-one, I know that the ROI, the return on investment in those sessions, in that package, is easily 10 times the investment. And I say that with total confidence, right? Because I know that the work I do is I'm going to give you that solid magnetic message. I'm going to give you a message that really speaks to the heart of your zone of genius, that is going to elevate your brilliance, right? I also know that I'm going to help you to carve out positioning that is going to make you irresistible and so compelling. Like, I got to work with her, right? Then I'm going to help you to create your premium offer, an offer that is so juicy, so exciting for your client to invest in. She's not going to be able to say no, right? And then I'm showing you how to market yourself full of authenticity, full of integrity, and in alignment with who you are, right? So already you can see that this is worth way more than the investment, right? But I can say that with total confidence. So I know that every time a client has worked with me, every single time a client has worked with me, their business has taken a different, it's gone on a different trajectory, right? I still get people who worked with me years ago telling me that the work that we did just transformed everything. I say this to like big myself up, but maybe I'm a little bit. And I'm saying this because I want you to know that when you are so rooted and anchored in the transformation that you're helping your clients to create, then you are absolutely entitled to receive the rewards for that, right? So charging high ticket is not controversial. And the way I look at it and the way I explain it as well is that there's always going to be a percentage of your audience that is looking for your highest amount of investment. They're always going to be looking for, like, what's the premium version, right? Imagine you're going to the cinema, right? All the businesses do this, right? Most businesses, I'm going to say most businesses, right? Because if you're not, then it's not all businesses. Most businesses have this. So if you go to the cinema, you've got the premium seats where maybe, you're able to recline. Maybe you've got extra space for your snacks and your drinks. Maybe you've got a lovely lamp. I don't know, whatever you've got for premium. If you're on the train, you've got first class, or you've got, really nice comfy seats. You're going to get lovely food. Most businesses have a premium version of their service, of their offer, right? And here's the thing, people pay for that. People absolutely pay for that. So the example that I was sharing earlier on about the lady who charges to name your child, right? 30,000, I believe, is her top end offer, right? It does start around 1,000, 1,500. Okay, so there's like a range, which is great. That's exactly what you're looking for. But could you imagine? She's thinking, I only need 130 grand or three, and I've already made nearly 100 grand, right? But this is what I want you to realize. Okay, this is coming straight from my heart, right? As someone who has been charging premium for over a decade, and I'm incredibly confident in my own ability to be able to charge premium and have people happy to pay, right? It is not controversial to charge a premium, right? You are brilliant. You are amazing at what you do. And I want you to be rewarded for that. And when you have a premium offer, a premium package, right? What that's allowing you to do is to create massive leverage for yourself, because you are going to be able to work fewer hours. When you package it correctly, you're going to be able to create massive leverage in that you can work fewer hours, but you're going to be able to deliver so much value. And this is really the heart of it, because it's not about exchanging your time. It's about exchanging value. And when someone can see the massive value that you are providing, they are going to be happy to pay. And if you want to know more about how you can apply that in your business, then just look below for the links to apply to work with me, because I take on a a small group of one-on-one clients at any one time and to help you really go through this process. I also have something called the Premium Client Accelerator, where I am going to do this work with you. And I'm going to show you how you can absolutely nail that message, nail that offer, and create assets that are going to be like your little secret selling army that work even while you're asleep, right? So check out the links below, right? And remember, if you want to know more about how you can build a business that really allows you to leverage your time, your expertise, your brilliance, then subscribe, like this video, and stay tuned for more.